Welcome into the Inside Wyoming Cowboys Athletics podcast here in wyomingathletics.org and ESP Media powered by Sidearm Sports. I'm Jason Griefer. Jeff King joining us once again. We're wrapping up the spring sports season here on the podcast. Obviously, still some time to go in the spring sports season, but we're wrapping it up here today on our side of things. And let's talk about some of your teams here first of all, Jeff, and we'll talk about the big picture a little bit later on in the program. Let's start off talking about your softball team right now. And one of the things I wanted to bring up here is we take a look at the leagues at the league standings. You know, your team's right in there in the mix. You know, obviously, Taylor's outstanding program, and Taylor right now is proven to be the class of the field in the CHL. But teams had a good year, 9-4 overall and 7-2 in the CHL, tied with Reading right now for second. And you're going to play Reading twice this week, so a chance to break that tie and finish likely second by yourselves in the CHL unless something dramatic happens to Taylor. But big thing also now is we know the postseason draw. That was announced this past weekend, and the way things shook out on May 10th, you're going to get Batavia to open the draw. Right now, Wyoming is 6 seed, Batavia the 4. And if you win that one, you'll advance to take on Roger Bacon, an 8 seed in round 2. And New Richmond would likely be looming in the third round after that. What did you make of the draw when you saw that, getting Batavia in round 1, and also the prospects of getting by Batavia and possibly getting all the way through, to the sectional final, and if not the districts?
It's a tough draw, but I think we like where we're at. Batavia's going to be a tough team to open up with. But then, you go in, you play Roger Bacon. Hopefully we get past Batavia, and we don't want to look too far ahead. But like you said, you mentioned New Richmond's looming right there, possibly, round 3. But and that's who knocked us out really early last year. So, it's funny. I actually saw their AD last week, and we talked a little bit about that. I'd love a chance to play them again. They're a great program. They have a lot of great things going on. But we have a big week ahead of us now. Like you said, playing Reading twice. We got to play Finneytown. But I'd love to, build off the confidence that we had last week. Had a great senior night and, a lot of fun. I'd have to mention Emma Gallinger hitting a grand slam on senior night was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. But hopefully we have a good week and go into the tournament with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, feeling good about where they are for sure. As I said, we've talked about here on the program, it's a very difficult league to try to navigate through. So 7-2 right now, heading into the final week of the regular season. That's nothing to shake a stick at for sure. Speaking of a team that's feeling good, boy, your boys lacrosse program has turned on the afterburners as of late. They've won 6 in a row, winning this past week, and lately it's been all on the road, and we documented that. But go to Franklin and take them behind the woodshed, win 18-4, then have to come back 2 days later at Carroll, go to overtime to win that one 13-12. And then this past Friday, we're back behind the woodshed again, this time against Madeira. It winds up 15-2. Things will step up this week as you've got a couple more on the road, particularly Indian Hill. That's always a big one. We've talked about that in various sports throughout our time here on the program and through the various seasons. It just always seems like it comes down to Wyoming and Indian Hill. I know that's an old trope that we've talked about here too, but nevertheless, they are playing very, very well. And you talk about a team that you want peaking at the right time. I don't know right now, as I look around Wyoming, if there is a team peaking more at the right time than this boys lacrosse team.
Yeah, it's tough to say that there isn't. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're also having a lot of fun, which is great. They're playing together as a team, knowing exactly what they can do together. I think we talked about it last week. We really saw it after we went through Bellbrook, and that was a team that took it to us last year, being able to beat Bellbrook and then kind of rattle off a couple of wins. And now, like you said, sitting here with 6 in a row against some pretty good programs, getting a win at overtime, going up to Carroll was a big win last week. And then, finishing the week off well against Franklin. So Indian Hill looms right there, but we're excited for that challenge and to take them on.
Let's talk about your baseball team here real quick before we start talking big picture here. And it's been kind of an up and down year, and unlikely that they're going to defend their league championship at this point with just the way things have shaken out with the other teams in the league. But we look at the way things shake out in the next week. You're going to have 2 against Finneytown, 2 against Madeira, and also the postseason draw will be known by next week as well. Just talk to us about the importance of this week, not only in the league, but trying to get some momentum back and also perhaps help your seeding in the postseason.
Well, I think you said it there. We need some good momentum coming out of this week. We still look, we like the guys that we have there. They're playing hard baseball. And when they play really well, I mean, we really do believe we can play with anybody and we can beat anybody. It's going to be a good week to kind of prep for the postseason, see where we come out. We know that, hey, look, we'll go wherever we need to go and play anybody in the draw. But getting a good wins this week, gaining some momentum. And then we'll see what happens in the postseason, and hopefully we can rattle off a couple of wins, and we'll see what happens.
Postseason looming also for track and field, tennis, girls lacrosse. Also, that they've been playing better and better as things have gone on as of late. But I want to also touch on kind of the back half of our program today, kind of a big picture overall at Wyoming. This is the final time we're talking to you as the assistant athletic director at Wyoming High School. It's already been announced that you will succeed Jan Wilking as the athletic director at Wyoming as we head into the fall. Jan is retiring and stepping away from the day-to-day of high school athletics. I just want to get your thoughts overall and just your progression from an assistant AD and now to this point where you are going to be running the show at Wyoming, and just everything that you've been able to do and to learn under Jan Wilking these last few years.
I mean, it really starts with just a huge thank you, and how grateful I am to Jan Wilking on, taking a chance on me in this role as the assistant athletic director coming on in 2020. But I mean, I wouldn't be able to be here and be confident stepping into the head role without her leadership and what she's shown me to hopefully fill some very big shoes here at Wyoming. But not only even at Wyoming, I mean, you go to all these different meetings in the Southwest District, or even through the Ohio High School Athletic Association throughout the state. Everybody knows who Jan Wilking is, the legacy that she's left as an athletic director, not only here but also at Oak Hills. And so it's going to be a big challenge to make sure I backfill and do the best I can to keep the legacy going. But she's really instilled some great confidence in me because of what she's done to help me get where I am. And she's always said, look, she's only a phone call away, even though she's stepping away from, being here at Wyoming. She's still going to be involved in high school athletics with her new venture there. And we're really excited about what she's doing. So it's an exciting time, man. I'm looking very forward to next season. But it's an incredible organization to be a part of. The staff, the student athletes, the community, everyone's been so great getting me to where I am now, and then just backing me into the future.
She's, as you said, she's not going to be there on a day-to-day basis going forward once this school year comes to a close. What will you miss about her not being there on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, we have some really good conversations a lot. And when she comes into school, when we hang out in the office, honestly, just being able to seeing her around the school, her presence lifts up everybody. And everyone likes seeing her around, the student athletes, the staff. Like I said, it's a legacy that I have to live up to. But she's really given me the confidence, moving forward to do so. It's going to be hard not having her around, and we laugh a lot, we joke a lot, but we get the serious stuff done as well. But she really brings a joy to this job, which has really helped me fall in love with what I do here for the student athletes, for the staff and the community. So just having her around and having those conversations where we joke around about things that are going on, but then getting work done too.
As I mentioned before, this plan's been in place for a little while. Obviously, it hasn't been like broadcast high and wide, but it's not a well-kept secret either that this has been the succession plan for a little while, that you were going to take over for Jan going into the next school year in the fall. Have you had a chance to think about kind of your vision for the athletics department going into the future? I know you've learned a lot from Jan, and I'm sure you'll take a lot of wisdom that she's imparted on you into your own time as the athletic director. But obviously, you're your own person as well. You want to make your own mark as well. Have you had a chance to formulate an idea as to where you want to take the athletics department at Wyoming going into the future?
Yeah, I mean, it's something where you want to build on what we have, not only through Jan Wilking, but what we had before her as well. Wyoming has such a rich tradition, so you want to make sure you continue that. But then also just take our programs to the next level. And I think the conversations I've had with a lot of the coaches, a lot of the student athletes, we're starting to get there, but we really want to be the gold standard that we know that we can be. You know, I have high expectations of our student athletes and of our coaches, because I think they deserve to have high expectations. And I think being able to take what Jan has done with her time here and hopefully piggyback on that. And, you know, I want more championships, not only league championships, but regional, state. You know, we just got some new banners hung up outside finally with the football state championships, the soccer state championships. I want to add to those legacies. And I know our coaches, our student athletes see that vision. And I know Jan still sees that vision, because I'm sure she's still going to be there calling me to see, you know, what's going on, how things are going, what she can do to help, which is very welcomed. You know, that'll be great. So it's just something where let's take it to the next level, because I know that we can do that.
Lastly, before I let you go, I'm just curious to know what kind of feedback have you received from the area, not only within the halls of Wyoming, but, you know, from your fellow athletic directors, assistant ADs and whatnot around the conference and around Southwest Ohio. How have they taken to the news? Number one, that Jan is stepping aside and retiring from her role, but also that you will be her successor.
It's been really great. The community support, not only just here at Wyoming, but also the other ADs that we work with on a day-to-day basis. They've been fantastic. You know, the other ADs in the CHL that, you know, I see at least on a monthly basis, because, you know, of our AD meetings, I wouldn't be able to be here without them as well, helping me along. The support with the staff coming along. I mean, I have some big stuff coming this year, not only taking, you know, the head AD role, but I'm also having a baby in June. So that's a little bit of a big thing. And everyone, you know, the people that have started to find that out, and obviously the news is out there, it's coming in, you know, next month. The support, knowing that as I step into the head role, obviously there's going to be some more responsibility, not only there with work, but obviously at home. And everyone's been so helpful and wanting to do whatever they can with this transition. I've said this a multiple times, but I feel like I do need to say it again. The phrase "you have big shoes to fill" keeps coming up and coming up and coming up. So I'm definitely not going to forget that. I know it, but I'm really looking forward to the challenge of that.
Double time change, and so for sure. And so yeah, the next time we talk to Jeff here on the program going into the fall, he will not only be the head athletic director at Wyoming High School, he will be a new father. And so obviously it's going to be a major transition, my friend. Sleep when you can, take the help from outside sources when you can. That's the advice I will give you as a father myself. It is a wonderful new venture. Congratulations to you and the missus on the upcoming arrival of your child. We're keeping it a surprise. We don't know what it's going to be. I know you and I talked about that, and so we won't spoil it for anybody else. And of course, you don't know at this point either. We're keeping it a surprise. But again, congratulations on that. Congratulations on becoming the new athletic director at Wyoming, and we'll be looking forward to talking with you in a whole new light as we move forward into the fall.
Yeah, thank you. On behalf of myself, my wife Kayla, and obviously everyone here at Wyoming, we're excited about all these new steps. So thank you guys very much.
Absolutely. That is, for the final time, Assistant Athletic Director Jeff King joining us here on the Inside Wyoming Cowboys Athletics podcast here on WyomingAthletics.org and ESP Media, powered by Sidearm Sports.